Okay, hello YouTubers and random Doctor Who fans. We've got a really good turnout tonight. How you all doing? We've got WhoTube, how you doing? We've got Tom, Dalek Apocalypse, how you doing? Gorky Devotee 86, Mackenzie Bell, Harry Alpha Scrapper, Alex, and Ross Larkin. How are you all doing? So basically, let me know what you thought of the episode and we can discuss it, because that's what we're going to do tonight. We're going to discuss the train wreck known as Legend of the Sea Devils, and that pretty much just tell you what I thought of the episode straight away. I mean, what gave it away? The thumbnail? The fact that I put, what did I put? Same old sugar? No, I can say shit on my live streams. It doesn't matter. I don't get paid for this. But yeah, I thought it was crap. I thought it was really awful. I'm saying this in a really positive, light-hearted way, but yeah, I really didn't like it at all. But where do I start? This is less of a review and more of a reaction, basically vomiting my words out to you guys. But I'm very interested to know what you guys think, because I always wonder the same whenever I start a live stream, whether I think the people who regularly watch my videos, what they think. So let's have a read. Okay, Mackenzie liked it. Eloise Wadsley wasn't awful, but it definitely wasn't a special in my eyes. That's the thing, yeah, it wasn't. There was nothing special about it. That's basically what I thought straight after. Just what made this a special? It really just felt like an episode in the middle of series 2 or something like that. Which the Sea Devils deserve better, right? Gorky Devotee 86 said disappointed, not gonna lie. The Sea Devils didn't look threatening. Ross, we'll talk about the Sea Devils properly in a minute, but the Sea Devils design was in the middle, but they used swords. Have they used swords before? No, they haven't. They've only used the heat guns before. Cannonballs don't. That's what I thought. Cannonballs explode. Can you see my cat just very sinisterly looking in the background? But it was, oh my god. The CGI for the Sea Devils talking was crap. I thought some of the CGI was okay for the Sea Devils, because, I mean, the CGI isn't great in Doctor Who anyway. But yeah, for them talking, and I don't know whether it was prosthetics or whether it was CGI. I don't know what was going on there. Alex said pacing was bad. Yeah, I can't remember what it was. The bit where the guy on the boat at the beginning gets eaten by the fish, it just like came out of absolutely nowhere. Like, the pacing was quite slow at that point, and then it was just, man gets eaten by a giant sea monster, and then back to Dan saying, oh, be alright, you know, your dad's dead, but you'll be alright. I can't do a Liverpudlian accent right now, but what a train wreck. What an absolute disaster that episode was, in my opinion. Just, there's nothing to it. Like with every single Chibnall episode, I could just rant on and on about how there was nothing to it. I can't actually talk about any substance, because there's never any substance in Chibnall episodes. I'll see you later. I need to go watch all your other videos now and in the future. I will tune into other streams. Yeah, save my videos for later. Maybe you can save that for tomorrow night. Come on, stick around and we can talk about Doctor Who. But no, what would I recommend of our back catalogue to watch? Yeah, okay, here's one for you. Watch the, what's it called? How to Write a Doctor Who Script comedy sketch. Then watch The Bells Are Ringing, or I can't remember what it was called now. Or The Bells of St. John or something like that. And then watch Matt Smith's Revenge. It's a trilogy of comedy sketches we did, and I suggest you guys check it out if you haven't already, because that's the stuff that me and Lewis love doing, and we'll probably do more in the future. Speaking of sketches, we've got, oh my god, that looks terrible. I scratched it once and it looks bad. We are going to be doing yes, it's non-Doctor Who. Sorry, I know I've lost you guys already, but no. It's going to be a 6 or 7 minute sketch set in my university, and we're really happy with the script. We've been meaning to write it for about 6 months, but we finally finished the script and going to be sending out the casting calls and stuff. And if you are in North Yorkshire area and you want to be an extra in one of my videos, then go ahead. I've got Twitter now. It's at Monosupreme1, so hit me up on there, and also follow the Twitter anyway, just in case I post random stuff. So okay, I thought this was going to be the last episode of the 13th Doctor. Bit sad, was excited for a regen. I didn't know whether it was, well, I knew it was the penultimate yesterday, because I did the video yesterday where I said it was the penultimate, but before that I had no idea. Really wanted to like it, but it felt quite random. Yeah, indeed. It's one of those episodes, well, I mean, Chibnall episodes just are very random anyway, with very little consequence. The beginning of the episode, when the Sea Devil breaks out of the statue, looked horrible. I'm trying to remember now, because I don't want to use any of the footage because the video will get taken down. But yeah, it was. Oh yeah, that whole statue. The whole statue was pretty much CGI, right? And why didn't they just make a statue? Because there were shots with her and the statue in it, but it was like just a wide, and it so obviously looked fake. Maybe it was real, but it looked very fake. I mean, the whole episode looked fake as hell anyway. But we'll talk about that in a minute. I'm just reading through your guys' comments first. The only good thing that came out of it was the ending trailer, because the Daleks got their plungers back. Okay, as far as Dalek and plungers go, as long as we get like maybe 50-50, some of the Daleks have claws and some of them have plungers, like in the movies, that's great for me. I don't mind them switching out the weapons, because obviously the Paradigm would have had different weapons if they'd have bothered to forward plan the Paradigm, but yeah, we need the suckers in at least every Dalek story in some capacity. You think you've watched all my videos, YouTube? That is dedication, man. That is dedication. I was so excited after watching the classic Sea Devils episode. I definitely prefer the classic. I've only seen the classic once. I know I need to whip myself now, but yeah, only seen it once. I remember liking it, but it's just one of those things I've never got around to rewatching it. So, I would like to be in your videos, but I am Cheshire, so bye. I'll pay for your travel. Was I the only one who thought centenary meant 60th and got... Yeah, same. I was really confused. The centenary one is the one that Chris Chibnall's writing, and the 60th anniversary is the one that Rusty Davis is going to be doing, right? I think that's it. I hope. But yeah, we'll talk about Tegan and Ace after the whole Sea Devil talk, because, well, that's a whole other can of worms, and maybe I'll upload a separate video, me talking about the trailer, but I have a lot to say about that trailer. And yes, I'm being very negative, but you'll just have to wait until I say that. And yeah, the whole Lone Side Man, yeah, we'll talk about him later, but for now, let's just get on to... Oh, where do we start? I don't know. The Sea Devil design, it was strange, right? It felt very weird. Luckily, the one worry I had was the fact that the head looks bigger than the rest of the costume. It didn't look too bad on camera, so I'll give them that. But I don't know what the deal was about the mouth not opening when they were speaking. Because people are going to say, oh, BBC props budgets and stuff like that. But if in 2007 we can have a fantastic looking Jadoon Captain prop with the mouth moving and opening, why can't we just have that now? Pardon me. Why is that so much to ask for? Why is it so much to ask for them to put effort into the masks and the props? Because, I mean, Flux, the passenger, had a horrible it was pretty much just one bought off Wish.com, right? Was it repainted, or was it exactly the same? I can't remember, but yeah, I mean, it was cool design, but it was really shitty of them just to use a mask that they bought off of Wish.com. But yeah, I don't know, the Sea Devils using swords, yeah, that was kind of cool. There was a little bit of tension in the fight scenes, I guess, but that's the thing with the Chibnall era, you know that characters aren't going to die, you know that nothing's going to happen to the characters, so I just felt no stakes at all. And sure, people got killed in the opening scene, which was really cool. I really enjoyed that. I was thinking, oh, is stuff finally going to happen in a Chibnall episode? And then it finished, and then that was it for death. Apart from, oh no, do you guys know which scene I'm talking about? I went on Sonic Dash on my phone. I just got so fucking sick of Chibnall's shitty action scene writing. Such a horrible writer when it comes to stuff like that. But yeah, I'm talking about the bit where Dan sliced Sea Devils like the butter. It's like, fucking come on. Why do you always have to berate classic villains and sacrifice good storytelling for just shit gags where he just goes, ugh, I learnt that in fucking Liverpool or whatever? It's like, fucking shut the fuck up. Sorry, I'm getting really pissed off about a children's TV show. I couldn't even listen to what they were saying, was just looking at that inflating neck. I kind of liked how it was pulsating, because then again, people's necks don't really pulsate when they breathe, do they? They do a little bit, but it's not like... so yeah, the props were kind of bad. But, hang on. Yeah, the throat moving. The Doctor acted way too weirdly with Yaz basically saying, if I could, I would. Yeah, pretty much. 10 and 11 handled it right, but 11 went weird with it. Are they going to do it? Well, I don't know, it's her last episode, so... yeah. I actually thought that the Doctor and Yaz scenes were, like, the most emotionally investing part of the episode. It's basically established now that Chibnall just doesn't take the show seriously. Because, well, I mean, just look at how bland the Sea Devils are. I was thinking about this when I went on a walk before I did this live stream. I thought, wait, why is this is the 5th time we've had that exact same story? Think about it. Doctor Who and the Silurians, aliens wanting Earth back. The Sea Devils, monsters from the sea wanting Earth back. Warriors of the Deep, Sea Devils and Silurians wanting the Earth back. Hungry Earth, Cold Blood, Pre-humans wanting the Earth back. Episode 5, Legend of the Sea Devils, wanting the Earth back. Use your brains! That's what the taxpayer pays their money for. That's what we pay the license fee for you guys to think about stuff. Like, use your goddamn brain. Right, Doctor Who is just dead, right? I knew this from halfway through the Capaldi era, that the show is pretty much dead. It's just a corpse just walking around, and its funeral... When was its funeral? I guess its funeral was probably like the 50th anniversary, and then after that it was just a complete car crash. There's been some gems, there's been some good episodes, but they've just not managed to nail the consistency, have they, of the show? Sorry, I mean, this is why it's a live stream. We talk about the show in general, we don't just talk about the episode, so... honestly, I'd stop caring once the episode started. Yeah, good advice, Tom, I should have done that. In theory, they are cute, but their scenes are random and shone like a joke. Haha. Yeah, I mean, Chibnall just wants everything to be a joke, and, I mean, pretty evident with the Sontarans and Chocolate that he doesn't take the show seriously at all. I don't know who he's making the show for. Is he just making it for sycophants on Twitter? Is that the only thing that he's making it for? It's a very narrow audience, and that's why I just really don't like this era, because they're just catering to such a narrow sector of the internet, and... the majority of people I speak to on every day don't even know that Doctor Who's on anymore. So, and I read that wrong. The many times 13 pulled out the Sonic. Yeah, I know, she does that all the time. Zzz, zzz. I mean, credit where credit's due, Matt Smith did do it a lot. So, are they on equal footing? I don't know. Somebody should do like a montage of how many times they both pulled out the Sonic screwdriver and started scanning stuff, so... It annoyed me when he did it, and it annoys me when Georgia does it as well. It's like, put it in your goddamn pocket! Yeah. Maybe the Doctor should just not have a sonic screwdriver anymore. I'm so sick of the sonic screwdriver. Does it sell well anymore? Do people buy sonic screwdrivers? I don't even know. But yeah, Sarah Jane is even more direct to kids, but feels more sick. Isn't that weird? I've been marathoning Sarah Jane Adventures, and it feels way more adult than the Chibnall era could even dream of being. What is this? This is primetime BBC One drama. I get it. It is kind of a kid's show. I get that, but at the same time, oh god, put a kid in front of like the Aztecs or something. What else am I thinking of? I would say Invasion of the Dinosaurs, but it's got dinosaurs in it. Dinosaurs are cool. Trial of Time Lord, put a kid in front of that. So Doctor Who has room to be catered more towards adults. I mean, I wouldn't say it was meant to be catered towards fans as such. It's just try and capture the imaginations of new people. Like, why is it... It's so narrow, and when I go to the trailer breakdown, then it's such a niche market now that it's Rusty Davis has a hell of a job on his hands digging the show out from the dirt. Like, even if you like the Chibnall era, which I like some episodes, but not as a whole, you can't deny that it's got to be in the lowest place in terms of audience appreciation, really, because it's just people online who like it, and, well, half the people online hate it, so it's weird. I think they should have brought a modern companion. I don't know. I don't expect the general public to know Ace or Tegan, or the Sea Devils for that matter. who is this episode for? Because this is the 5th time we have seen this story. We have seen this story told so many times, so we're not getting anything out of this. It's sure, changing a setting and keeping the same story can work. It worked for Planet of the Daleks. It's exactly the same as The Dead Planet, or the Daleks if you want to call it that, but I call it The Dead Planet. The same story, different setting, different scenario. But it works sometimes, but if you're doing it 5 times with no difference at all each time, other than just superficial changes, it just gets really tired and just, yeah, what a mess. What a waste. I was just so excited for it to end. And yeah, we'll talk about the trailer in a minute, but Ross says, I'm confident that Rusty Davies can make the new era much better than Chibnall's, but I feel like it will take many years for this show to have their prime years. I mean, I've said it time and time before, after Capaldi left, it should have just taken a break. Female Doctor or not, diverse companions or not, it doesn't matter. The show should have just taken a break, and just the creatives should have gathered together like they did pre-2005, if you know what I mean. Great writers gathered together, and they all culminated this really special piece of television, whereas now it's just churned out like Marvel movies. And I've not even seen many Marvel movies, so I can't really comment. I've seen Spider-Man No Way Home, which is kind of cool, but it was just nostalgia baiting, really. Chibnall brought back old characters for fan service. Yeah, we'll talk about this in the trailer. Yeah, what other things can we talk about with this episode? The characters of... Oh no. I'll be honest, I can't... Is it Madam Chi? Was that her name? She was kind of really cringy, wasn't she? I couldn't take her seriously. Like it was like she was playing a pantomime villain. And I'm so sick of Doctor Who being a pantomime. Sure, every once in a while you can have a Love and Monsters, or you can have a Twin Dilemma or something like that, and it's fine. We've got 20 people. How are you doing, guys? Let me know in the comments what you thought of the episode, and we're going to discuss it and dissect it. Yeah, I'm just sick of Doctor Who being played for laughs, because we got a whole season of it in flux. I didn't feel any tension. I knew none of the main characters were going to die. Sure, that Professor Jefferson, or I don't know what he's called. Professor Jefferson, that's the name of the character in the upcoming comedy sketch on the Monastery Mania channel. Sure, he died, but I mean, I wasn't that invested anyway. I really want the theme song to change and how it looks. I can't stand it all now. Oh, you mean the title sequence? I don't mind the title sequence too much. I can't even think of many title sequences in Modern Who that I've particularly gone, oh my god, that's amazing. I really like Matt Smith's first one, Series 5. I really like that one a lot. I know a lot of people don't, but I like the music as well. That's probably my favourite of the revived era, to be honest. Jodie has been the Doctor since 2018. So, it's been a while. Obviously there's been breaks with the pandemic and low viewing figures and stuff like that, but, you know, Yaz has been a really long-serving companion. I'm really, really looking forward to when she leaves. Yeah, a lot of this is I don't have much of an emotional attachment to this series, but they don't give me much choice, because they don't write the characters well enough. They don't make me care about them. Praying for good B&M figures like Azure in your dreams. as if they're going to do something like that. I mean, I'll probably end up doing a separate video predicting the new B&M sets. I did try and do that one time, but I ended the live stream, so I got really tired. But yeah, I feel like I've rambled a lot about this episode now, without actually saying much, because guess what? There wasn't actually that much to analyse. Oh, what else can I say? I was talking about the supporting cast. That guy, the one who got locked up in the Sea Devils ship, I really liked him. He had some really good screen presence. I really would have liked his character to be in it more. It was a bit of a shame that he was kind of just sidelined for the majority of it. And that was about it. The 3 boys copping was a letdown. No, the episode was a letdown. You're not a letdown, 3 boys copping. I just can't read. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what I've been saying for the past 20 minutes. This episode was just... felt like nothing. I didn't gain anything from this. I didn't learn anything as an audience member. Surely, why don't they just... It'd be so nice if they just gave us a little bit of just something. Just something. Get rid of Dan and Yaz and then let 13 do it on her own. That'd be quite interesting. But yeah. Other stuff. I feel like I've run out of stuff. The CGI was pretty awful. The cinematography was dreadful. Did you guys see that bit where the guy kneeled down to the Sea Devil and the camera just tilted like that? And don't tilt a camera halfway through a movement unless it's like a really long tilt like this. They just went like this. What is this? This is meant to be the biggest broadcasting company in the country. Why does it look so terrible? Like the red sky and the LUTs, the colour hues, they look dreadful. It looks sickly. Like the red against the ship, like the red curtains and stuff, looked really sickly. And this episode was just a disaster. I think we can all just agree, well, maybe not agree on that, but I think there is some common consensus there. Step down from the previous special. I mean, I watched the previous special before this, and I didn't really think much of it, to be honest. More meh, but that's just the Chibnall era, right? It's the same shit. That's why I put it in the thumbnail. It's the same shit every episode. It's too much of a pussy to do anything different. And Chibnall's idea of doing something different is the Timeless Children. And here's the massive problem with the Timeless Children, okay? And this is just how it is, right? The reason it's such a bad idea is because the imagination is way more enticing than the actual thing, if you get what I mean. If you're going to do the backstory to the Doctor, you just don't do it, because nothing can beat my imagination, like an audience's imagination of that stuff. Leave it a mystery. That's why it's called Doctor Who. That's why this character has been such a good character for so long, because we don't know anything about the backstory. Stop doing this. I hated it when they did it with the 7th Doctor, and I just hated how Chibnall did that. I just don't understand. And the fact that Chibnall did it, the most beige writer in the entire universe, decided to write the Doctor's backstory. Get a grip. And I hated it when Moffat did it as well in Name of the Doctor. Just leave it alone. If you're going to do the past, expand on stuff that, you know, is interesting. Because there's nothing more interesting than your own interpretation of the Doctor's backstory. No canon or nothing that's written could be more interesting than the imagination. That's basically why Doctor Who works so well as a format, because the mystery is what drives it. From episode 1 right to what it should be now, it should always be the mystery, and it's just completely destroyed the mystery. And that's why I don't take the show seriously anymore. There's no point. Right. I'm not much of a fan of going to the past. Future is way better, and it's been ages since they've been to the present. I feel like I could connect with the show more if it's the present. If you mean like modern day London stuff, wow, I'm so sick of the modern day setting. But if you mean in the future, as in the future looks bright for the show and new ideas, well, that's all I'm wanting in Doctor Who. New ideas, new cool villains. At least Stephen Moffat had the balls to actually make really cool villains like the Silence and what other ones did he do? Brain Gone. Well, I like Listen. I thought that was a cool idea. A lot of people didn't, but yeah, Moffat was just just a genius who got carried away with himself towards the end. If it was longer, maybe it would have been better. Yeah, but what would he have done? What would Chibnall have written? I mean, I know it was co-written by somebody else, but I've instantly forgot, which is bad. But it didn't feel like it was co-written, did it? It felt like it was just written by Chris Chibnall. It would have been nice if it was just written by somebody else and Chibnall kept his paws off of it, but keep getting baited by the trailers. Yeah, same. One thing I noticed was the editing is that when the Doctor was being attacked by the Sea Devils, they show a shot of the Sea Devil striking, then a completely different shot of her dog. Yeah. Oh, if you want to talk about awful editing and composition, Praxius, when I don't know any of the names of the characters in this run. The evil lady, the one who was behind all the Praxius stuff, when she exploded, there was no dust particles coming towards the Doctor, even though the Doctor was stood right in front of her. So yeah, best Doctor who's ever looked. Shove it up your ass. No, it isn't. It's trash. Yeah, there's no consistency. There's no connection between shots. These people, they're amateurs. They don't know what they're doing. And at the end of the day, right, if I got given a camera for the BBC and got given an editing suite and they said, right, Oscar, you make it better, well, I wouldn't be able to because I'm not experienced enough. People who are working on TV and working on big shows like Doctor Who should be experienced. And obviously, yeah, sure, you can have new blood in there as well. That's what keeps it fresh. I understand that, but you need to have good visual effects supervisors who actually do the job properly. And sure, I know a lot of it is time constraints. I get that, sure. Maybe the Daleks looked horrible in Flux because of time constraints. I have no idea. But yeah, there's just a lack of competence when it comes to the visual department and, well, the scripts as well, but I'm more into the visuals than the scripts. Praxius, in my opinion, is the single worst episode of Doctor Who's history. I didn't mind Praxius so much. I liked the relationship between the astronaut and the guy, but yeah, other than that, it wasn't great, was it? Oh no, yeah, I always forget that Ryan was in that episode. He didn't do anything. He just went, "Oh, Doctor, look, a bird." Oh, Tosin Cole. Yeah, it does feel like this was all made in a day, doesn't it? They just said to the visual effects department, "Oh yeah, how much time do you need?" "Oh, we probably need a couple of months just to get it right." "Oh, you've got a week to do all the visual effects." Oops. It probably is, to be honest. I mean, I know that TV is different from film and it doesn't work the same. But yeah, it probably is a massive time constraint on the artists. So believe it or not, I'm not having a go at the artists. Never would. Unless they did something unspeakable, but yeah, it's the same as Sonic the Hedgehog 2006. That game, if you're a Sonic fan, you know that game was rushed for the anniversary because they made a massive concept with so many playing styles, so many characters, but then they realised, oh shit, the anniversary is like next year, we need to rush this. And yeah, it's infamous for being the worst Sonic game of all time. I mean, I personally love it. It's my favourite Sonic game, but it's a disaster. I'll admit that. It's a complete mess because the creators were rushed, and yeah, there's glitches, bugs, a lot of inconsistencies and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. Three Boys Copy hasn't seen Praxius. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't even... That's the thing about the Chibnall era. I wouldn't even recommend any of the episodes. I can't think of a single episode of the Chibnall era off the top of my head that I would recommend. Well, maybe something like the Demons of Punjab. Maybe Resolution. But other than that, it just feels like a waste of time, really. And it's really not worth getting invested in the Chibnall era because you just don't get anything in return. It doesn't treat the audience with respect in the fact that it doesn't give you anything to work with. It doesn't give... Sure, I've made half an hour stream about this, but it doesn't actually give you anything. And whereas every other era of the show is at least, even the shit episodes have given you some shit to talk about, but this one, I've ranted about how beige this episode is. And I'd like to get angry about, well, not that I like getting angry, but some revelation in the plot, something, sort of change to a characterization of somebody, just something, whereas this is just, it's nothing. This show is nothing under the Chibnall era. You're going to see Robots of Death at the BFI. That sounds really cool. I would join you, but I don't know when that is. I wanted to go see the Peter Cushing movies at the BFI, so maybe we can organise a get together with people watching my channel. I don't know. Maybe I'll make an announcement. Alpha 55 was worse than Praxius. I've only seen that episode once, and I've believe it or not, I've not had the urge to watch it again. Crazy, right? Um, 42. Yeah, I don't like 42 either. I know a lot of people like it, but yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, I always feel like I've eaten a rice cracker every time I finish a Chris Chibnall episode. At least with Moffats, it was either like a really, really spicy dish, or a really, really sweet dish that hurts your tooth, or ooh, that was quite flavoursome. Whereas Chibnall, it's just rice cracker. That's all this era is. That's how you sum up the Chibnall era, just a rice cracker. I mean, if you guys have seen JX's summary of the Chibnall era, that's just nails it. It's bang on, really. I don't have to say anything other than that. And I remember Harry's Moving Castle, in one of his reviews, he just said, Doctor Who is not worth your time. And he stopped watching it for a while. And I stopped watching the Chibnall era for a while as well. But then, because I'm sad and I had nothing else to do, I watched it again. So, oh yeah, Haunting of Villa Diodati is okay. It's pretty decent. I didn't mind the Cyberman one so much. Yeah. Is there anything else we could talk about with this episode? I feel like there isn't, because I can't. I mean, like I said, I just went on my phone halfway through, so this isn't really a fair review, is it? Emperor of the Daleks, I think there's something wrong with your phone, because everyone else seems to be able to hear me pretty well, so I wish you the best sorting that out. I always have someone on the live stream saying I can't hear you, and it's like, I don't know, is it? My microphone's peaking, so it should be okay. But it's great to have you here. What did you think of the episode Emperor of the Daleks? Keep this discussion going for another few minutes, and then we'll switch to the trailer. I know you guys want to hear what I think of the trailer, and maybe we can do like a reaction, because I don't think that's copyrighted. Will the next episode be the last? It's the Gordon Bennett Professor. Yeah, it's going to be the last episode of the Chibnall era. At least I think it is. I hope so. I think the background... I didn't even... Well, maybe it's a good thing that I didn't notice the background music, because sometimes music can be overbearing. Yeah, I can't remember what the score sounded like. I don't like Sega Nakanola's work, which is I want to like his work. I wanted somebody else who wasn't Murray Gold, and there's been some bits he's done. I liked his Dalek rearrangement and his Cyberman theme, but other than that... When is the air date for the next... Does anybody know what it's called? The next episode? I mean, we might as well just go on to the trailer now, because I've run out of things to say about this episode. I already talked about Thasmin, and about how much I don't like Dan. And he's such an awful actor. And yeah, oh yeah, he rang Diane, and... Well, no, Diane rang him, and I saw that coming about 10 billion miles off, to be honest. Okay, this episode's called The 13th Doctor's Final Adventure. Let's screen share. Let's screen share this bitch. I didn't mean the 13th Doctor a bitch, I meant in general. Let's do this, bitch. That's what I meant. Unless I'm a massive sexist, I don't know. Okay, should we watch this trailer together, guys, and break it down? Because then I can upload it afterwards as a separate video, so let's break down this trailer, shall we? Okay, I'll just do it. I mean, I was gonna record a reaction, but then I was just in such shock by how bad this Sea Devil episode was that I was paralysed and I couldn't even reach my phone. So let's watch this clusterfuck, shall we? I can't wait until this is over. Let's full screen it. Full screen this bad boy.
Nothing is forever. No regeneration, no life. Beware of the forces that mass against you and their master.
This is the day you die.
Ace, I haven't heard from the Doctor for nearly 4 decades.
Just because it's only 3 decades for me.
Welcome to the end of your existence.
Do I even need to say anything right now? I know that some people like this. I've seen the reaction of people going, it's like, what is this? What the fuck is this show anymore? Is it just nostalgia bait? Is this show just nostalgia baiting? Is that it? Have you guys just fucking run out of ideas? What's the point of me watching this show anymore? What is the point? There's no way Dan is 42. Yeah, there's no way Dan's 42. But maybe, I don't know whether you guys feel the same way as I do. And if you don't, that's awesome, because I'm glad you're enjoying it. If you do like it, but I, for one, am just pretty much just fucking done with the Chibnall era, man. Just get it over with. I'm so sick of it. So sick of it. I've been trying to be positive towards this. And yeah, the Three Boys copying pretty much said what I'm thinking. Cybermen again. I'm so sick of the Cybermen. I am so sick of the Cybermen. Why am I watching this show? If all I do is moan about it, why am I watching it? Because I like good entertainment and I love Doctor Who. I adore Doctor Who. Doctor Who is everything to me. I will not give up on this show just because some clown is writing for it. He doesn't embody Doctor Who. We embody Doctor Who. And also the new aspiring writers embody Doctor Who, because they've been the best part about the Chibnall era. The new writers. So, yeah. The fresh blood. I'm just fingers crossed that Rusty Davis lets writers write and tell their own stories, because that's all I want from this show. I just want... Yeah. It excited me, but they never fall through with a good ep. I've just got to question what it is that excites you, because we've seen this almost every other series. We've seen something like this. Daleks and Cybermen. Who fucking cares at this point? I'm not having a go at you, by the way. I'm having a go at the BBC at this point. Who cares? Who cares about the Bronze Daleks anymore? I'm so sick of the Bronze Daleks. I know a lot of people argue designs don't mean anything. Designs mean everything when it comes to fiction, because it's what gets you, when it comes to television anyway. Sure, reading a book, you don't worry about designs because that's all up to the imagination, but in terms of TV and film, it's all about the design, and the fact that we've seen these same designs with shoulder slats falling off the props and misaligned hemispheres. Just sort it out, guys. Please, and I'm just having a meltdown. That's why 21 people are still watching, because I'm having an absolute meltdown on camera. But I needed to get it out. I needed to get it off my chest. I'm so sick of this Dalek design, and I just wish it would die. I put a poll out the other day asking what you guys thought should happen with the Bronze Daleks, and I'd say it was fairly mixed. And if people like them, that's great. I can't argue against that. But we can all come to the consensus that they need to have different Daleks, because they can't just have the same 3 props on the screen all the time. I'm so sick of this. Why can't you just take 10 minutes off of your schedule or on your lunch break to just like spray the dome black, or just something? Just something. Just give us something different. Stop wheeling out the same shit over and over again. Why are the Cybermen back? What do they serve at this point? Ashad was great in The Haunting of Villa Diodati. He was okay in the Ascension of the Cybermen, and pretty useless in The Timeless Children. He was a fantastic character for what he did. Stop this. Stop bringing things back with absolutely no reason to do it. Just watch the Peter Cushing movies. Yep, that's what I'm going to do. We're all going to have a party when we meet up and go to the BFI. I'm going to make an official announcement. Rusty Cyberman, or Rusty the Cyberman instead of Rusty the Dalek, right? It's the same villains all... Yeah, it's getting old now. It's really getting old. And if you're going to bring these villains back, at least give us something different. That's why I've been clamouring so much for the Paradigm to come back, because they had massive potential for being different, because it was, right, maybe we could tell a story with the Eternal Dalek, the one that preserves the purity of the Dalek race. This is a very intriguing idea. Maybe we could do something with that. Maybe we could do an episode just with the Doctor and a bunch of scientist Daleks trying to cure a plague that's destroying both Time Lords and Daleks. Don't steal it. Patented idea. I'm having that. yeah, there's just so much potential for this show, but the hacks who are writing for it just don't know what the fuck they're doing with it. And yeah, why do I watch this? Because I just want it to be better. I'm so sick of the nostalgia baiting. It's just so crap. It's so bad. Sacha Dhawan looks kind of funny without his beard, but I mean, I actually quite like Sacha Dhawan as the Master, so that's something positive to come out of the Chibnall era. The 13th Doctor doing another solemn face because that's all she does. Then we've got Tegan because of nostalgia. Okay, yeah, sure, I've been clamouring for the return of classic companions. We all have. All us classic fans have wanted to see them again. I think it's just because I've had such a sour taste from the Cedar episode and the fact that the show just nostalgia baits now and doesn't do anything interesting with the concepts that I'm not looking forward to this. Because I know that it's just going to be a waste of time. They're not going to feel like they did back in the day. And yeah, sure, that could be a good thing. Sure, they might have completely developed as characters and changed, but this is Chris Chibnall writing the script. There's not going to be anything interesting here. And why does every companion coming back have to be a badass? Like, why can't there be vulnerability in characters these days? Why does everyone has to be a strong character? I don't understand it. And yeah, because nostalgia, because David Tennant wore that spacesuit. Yay, Kate's back. I wonder whether they're going to do anything interesting with Kate Stewart. I fucking wonder. Okay. I'm the only one who didn't like this episode. No, you know, I hated this episode. I thought it was it was probably the worst of the Chibnall era, and I know that's saying a lot, but it was trash. It was such a waste of time. Like, you make all this fuss about bringing the Sea Devils back, and they nostalgia bait, but if you're gonna nostalgia bait, at least give us something, right? Give us something. Such a mess. I kind of wish there was a civil war with the Bronze, which wiped them off the map. I mean, I'd love them to get completely destroyed off the screen, on screen. Like, I mean, I know they did it in Victory, but if they had an army of Bronze Daleks which were just annihilated by a single Paradigm Dalek, that'd be sick. But that's not going to happen. And I know I'm having a go at nostalgia baiting, but if you want to do it properly, make the permanent Dalek design like the Death to the Daleks design or something like that. Or have them as like the scientists and have the drones as the grey ones and the Supreme as the black one and the Emperor. Where's the Emperor gone? Where is the Emperor of the Daleks? I know we had that stupid Dalek Prime Minister, but where is the Emperor? Like, the core of the Dalek Empire, like, where is this guy? Why are we not being shown anything to do with the Daleks anymore? Why are they just fucking why are they just fucking goons? Daleks aren't goons. Hashtag Dalek rights here. Yes, and Eloise is awesome because she said the Paradigm Daleks were wasted. They were completely wasted because Victory of the Daleks, it was fun, but you know, it wasted the premise of the Daleks, and they admitted that, and obviously fair enough for admitting that, I guess. Yeah, I want the Sardine back. That'd be quite cool. But not in a way of, ooh, where's the Sardine? Actually have them have some depth. Give them some motive, or just something to really ground them in the universe, make them an existential threat. But yeah, everything has been reused. Absolutely everything. Wasn't at some point Sarah Jane was going to meet Ace? I think so. I think that was meant to be in the last series, but obviously that didn't happen. This felt like a birthday cake dropped before that candles got blown. You have won the internet for tonight, sir. Or madam. No, it's Sir Kevin. Yeah, you win. Sticker. In a few years, classic Daleks could be good, more backstory. You see, that's the thing. I know I rant on about Daleks, but they really are the bread and butter of Doctor Who, if treated right. But you can do separate stories with different types of Daleks. So you could go, oh, hang on, these are the Daleks that just came off of Skaro, straight after Genesis of the Daleks. I know Big Finish do that kind of stuff, but what's the harm in just doing a single story? That's where the nostalgia baiting should be. When you have a good premise, you got good props, you've got good writers, go ahead. But the fact that Chibnall's doing all the nostalgia baiting, nah, that's it. I mean, I checked out from the Chibnall era a long time ago. My cat's hairball went on the floor. Oh, I'm gonna have to clean that up. Boris Johnson is the Dalek Prime Minister. Yeah, I mean, I agree. It's like Moffat all over again. Tries something new, quickly sweeps them under the rug, like with Series 11 with the new monsters, new ideas, and reverts to old monsters. Yeah, they get scared because they're just big pussies, really, aren't they? And it's not. You can't even say it's to do with marketing because it didn't work. Because them nostalgia baiting with The Witcher's Familiar didn't work because the viewing figures for Series 9 were appalling. Because guess why? Maybe you should put a little bit more effort into the writing, maybe. Into the world building, put a little bit more effort into this. And yeah, Cannonball's blowing up. We talked about that. That's hilarious. They could look better with bigger budget. Yeah, I don't know. The budget's a funny one because I think this episode definitely did suffer with budget, and it was the budget episode. But why would you make a budget episode like this when every single shot on that pirate ship is going to be a visual effects shot? Why would you? Pretty much every single shot in the entire thing was a visual effects shot because obviously color grading is visual effects. But why? Where are your priorities when it comes to this? I know this is just TV, but we've reached a point where Marvel make their own TV shows and they look stellar. So, why? For God's sake. Yeah, I'm. Yes, this is my cat from Survival. Message retracted, but it's okay. Big fish. I feel like having multiple Cybermen or Daleks, having the Doctor defeat them all, kind of makes them come off as weak. Yes, that's exactly the point. That's why I don't take this seriously anymore, because if we throw millions of monsters at the screen, we just know that they're just going to be sucked into a black hole or something like that, so big reset button. Yeah, sure, Doctor Who can be camp sometimes, but please just take it seriously for once. I'm not saying make it dark and gritty, I'm saying just take it seriously. No wonder. The thing is, people stop buying the merchandise because your show's shit. So why don't you put effort in? Like it really is a cause and effect thing. I think one impacts the other. If you make good scripts, make good stories, like inspiring stories and things like that with well-rounded characters and really great scary monsters, win-win. Sells merchandise. But at the same time, obviously character options aren't pushing the merchandise. Well, maybe recently they have been doing a little bit better, but if you're not selling really cool products, like really cool things that kids can really get invested in, well, that's not going to help the show at all, because if you're selling classic stuff, you're catering to fans that already exist. You're not capturing the imaginations of new audiences. It's like Sonic the Hedgehog. The merchandise for that from Jakks Pacific is absolutely amazing. It's the best Sonic the Hedgehog merchandise we've had at all, because it captures the imagination of the audience. This isn't hard. Wake up. Wake up. Why can't I just be working for Doctor Who? I mean, I know I screw it up, but why can't I be working for the merchandise or the marketing department or something like that? Or I could write the Dalek spin-off because I'd save them. Okay. I want to see if the Imperials, if Ace is coming back. No, that won't happen. But yeah, we kind of stopped analysing the trailer. Sorry for people watching this afterwards. Yaz with a gun. You really expect me to take that seriously? Vinder with a gun. Yeah, we've already seen Vinder. Well, actually, that's the one positive I'm taking from this trailer. Nice to see Vinder back, but they're not going to do anything with him, are they? Because it's the Chibnall era. And the Master looking like Jared Leto, which is really quite funny. That's kind of interesting. Maybe they're going to do something a bit wibbly wobbly, timey-wimey. Yeah, rant over about the awful nostalgia pandering. Nostalgia pandering can work if it's done well, but yeah, I'm so sick of seeing the same Daleks and the same Cybermen all the time. And these companions coming back isn't really doing much for me, because given Chibnall's track record, I can't really get excited about it. I'm sorry. Okay. That was a trailer breakdown. You expected me to go, wow, in this scene, thinking above happened, and wah, wah, wah. And it's like, well, I'm not going to do that because I'm just honest with you guys. I'm not going to lie to you guys. 23 viewers. That's great. What do we all think of the future of Doctor Who? What does the future hold for the franchise? I mean, we've spoken about that a lot in the live streams, but it's interesting now. It's weird because we're in this grey limbo area where we know that a new era is around the corner. Hang on. Let me just have I'm lost. We should be fearing the presence of one Dalek or Cyberman, or any monster in general. That is true. I mean, there are ways of doing armies and stuff and making it feel deadly. I mean, just look at City of the Daleks. That's a really atmospheric game and an atmospheric story. That's a Dalek army done right, when they've already won and the Doctor has to fix it. It was just done really well, I think. There's been pictures of a grey 70s Dalek in a field circulating around the internet. I think they're doing massive nostalgia bait. I mean that kind of interests me because of what I said, but they're not gonna do that. They're not gonna treat it with respect. They're not gonna do any new interesting ideas with it. They're just gonna go, oh look, a grey Dalek, and that's what the Witch's Familiar was. Like, oh look at this shiny thing that we've seen a billion times. Are we gonna do anything interesting with it? No. The Master becomes Santa. Honestly, I'd watch a spin-off of that over anything we've got from the Chibnall era so far. 400 years in the...
400 years in a blasted sewer.
Yeah. Curse the fatal death. Love it. Great to have you here, Three Boys Copping. Tune in for the next one. Okay. Hope with RTD. Do you have hope with RTD? I don't know, because Rusty Davis bad ones I can't stand. I know it's personal taste, but I mean, he captures the audience better than Chris Chibnall could even dream of doing, so I have faith in Rusty Davis. I have faith that he knows what he's doing, because they're outsourcing it. Well, they're internally sourcing it in the Bad Wolf production company, but that shows that they're taking it seriously. Which Doctor Who, it needs the care, it needs the love, it needs the care. And there's no doubt that Chibnall's a fan, but he's just tired. He's just such a beige personality, so he doesn't offer anything exciting. So, and I'm sure he's the nicest guy in the world, but yeah, I'm just talking about his art here, which I'm allowed to do. Mine's for me, but I thought what would have been good is Character Options could sold a new Flux figure with the Flux DVD box set. I always thought that was a fantastic idea, because obviously they did it with the time capsule, and Corgi did it with the Bessie with the 3 Doctors, and there was a Blue Dalek with an episode. I can't remember what one that came with, but yeah, I definitely think a merchandise tie-in with Character Options and another company would be a fantastic move to do. I wish they'd do that, because, well, me and Richard were talking about how, Richard Lloyd, were talking about how the DVDs used to have Top Trumps in, and the Character Options figures used to have Top Trumps, so I definitely think that merchandise collabs would be a fantastic idea. Like, you get a Top Trumps card in the back of a B&M set, like, that just shows what state the franchise is in, because Top Trumps wouldn't want anything to do with Character Options, because they'd see the selling figures and go, maybe that's not enough. So yeah, it's a mess. Also, why are the Daleks back? Oil thought we got rid of them. Bronze is like, yep. You and me both. You and me both, my friend. The future will be nothing but RTD continuing the propaganda. Oh, here we go. Propaganda train and rolling in piles of Sony money while continuing to scream about his teenage sexual hang-ups as a 50-year-old man. Interesting. Who do you think the next Doctor could be? I think the next Doctor is going to be my cat, because it doesn't matter who you cast. It's just the quality of the stories and the time you allot to the visual effects artists and the designers and everybody. Give the artists time and they'll create something good. Which is why I want a Doctor Who movie. I know this is and I've talked about Sonic already, but I think it's very, very relevant, and it's why it's next to Doctor Who on my shelf, because I think it Doctor Who could only dream of what Sonic's achieving right now. And that's why I much prefer Sonic the Hedgehog at the moment to Doctor Who. And it's been that way since 2018. Maybe 2017. I've just loved the Sonic franchise because there's lore there. There's interesting stuff. And sure, Sonic Forces has been kind of crap. And Sonic Team haven't been great in the past few years. But at least it feels like they're trying. What was I going to say? No, my point went. Oh no, the movie. I think that Rusty Davies should bring it back with a movie and a massive merchandise push with the movie. But obviously, I think you need a bit of a break. But that's not going to happen. So, but I think a movie would be very beneficial. Given, I mean, Sonic the Hedgehog 2 has had a massive marketing push and it's done such good things for the franchise because. Paramount own the rights to the Sonic movie and Sega own the rights to the games and the comics and stuff like that. So. They both work hand in hand. It's like the merchandise collaboration I was just talking about with the Top Trumps and stuff. If you do a fantastic movie, a really cool movie which pleases kids, and there's some nice sprinkles of nostalgia in there. Spoilers if you've not seen the Sonic movie, so cover your ears. Shadow is in the next movie, so that's some good nostalgia bait in there because, well, I know that they're going to treat his character well because the people who have been writing the Sonic movies have done a really great job so far. That's how you do it, man. That's how you do it. Treat the source material with respect and do interesting things with it and do a massive merchandise push, and it complements the other stuff. Like, the games benefit from the movie being such a success. So if Doctor Who had a movie and had various games and spin-offs and a TV show to go along with it, it'd do fantastically. But given that the script was good. I want a brutal Cyberman story showing the true impact of becoming a Cyberman. If it does, it can be rated as 15. I mean, I've already said that I'm fed up with the Cybermen. I think they're done. I think there's nothing you can do with them. I think the only way that you could make the Cybermen interesting is to give them a solo movie, give them a solo TV show. Well, maybe like a 3-part TV show or something like that, where it is 18 rated, where it goes into the absolute horror of the Cybermen, and I think that's the only thing that they can do with the Cybermen now, because they've got that opportunity. Other than that, I think they shouldn't be on the main show anymore. I think they're a detriment to the story. They always drag it down. They do nothing. Like, for God's sake, in the trailer for this episode, I know that they're just going to go pew, 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 and there's going to be nothing interesting to the Cybermen because the Cybermen aren't interesting anymore. They can't be asked to do anything with them, so why should I be asked caring about them anymore? Rusty Davies has evolved a lot as a showrunner, so I'm looking forward to some interesting things coming from his new era. Yeah, I mean, I've not been too familiar with his recent work. I watched Years and Years. I did enjoy it. I think Rusty Davies is bad at finales, personally, but maybe it's just personal taste. But I feel like he kind of wraps it up too quickly. Yeah, and it's not really something. Where was I going with this? I completely lost my train of thought there. But yeah, his recent. I've not seen It's a Sin. I've not seen that. I mean, I do actually want to see it because it's obviously quite an emotional story, and it's something that's very close to his heart. Because, yeah, like obviously, during the whole AIDS epidemic, he would have known plenty of people who died from AIDS. So it's a very touching story. So it's something that definitely interests me. I've never got around to watching it. We've been going for a while. We've been going for about an hour. Spare Parts is basically what you described. Yeah, I mean, I like Spare Parts. That suffers Part 4 syndrome, where the fourth part isn't as good as the rest of it, but got fantastic scenes. Yeah, just do like a film adaptation of Spare Parts. That'd be great. Just do that. Yeah, good night, Gorky Devotee 86. Really great to have you here. Taxor Dan becoming a Cyberman. I think I was meant to say Yaz. I'm guessing it as Jodie mentioned it in her last one, and caused tension due to thanking now. Thasmin. I mean, that would be kind of. Would it be interesting? I don't know. Oh my god, the companion gets turned into a Cyberman. Dun dun Doctor. Wow, this is just... The show's just a joke at this point. Doctor Who is AIDS. I didn't say that. YouTube did. Didn't we get that in Series 11? In Series 10? Did we get that? I can't remember. Yeah, we did, with Bill. So we've already had it. Because why would they think of anything original with this show? Why? What would be the point? What would be the gain in original storytelling? It's almost as if back in 1963 they thought, you know what? We're going to think of some interesting original ideas-ish. But we'll put our own spin on it. But it doesn't fit with the show anymore, does it? They're just more bothered about pandering to the 3 people on Twitter who love everything they put out. And there's us fans and the audience members who are just sat there thinking, I just want to be entertained. I want to enjoy this. Yep. I don't want Kanan to come back. If I'm being... I want a complete fresh start for the show. I think that the only returning villains should be the Daleks. And make them like the grand baddie that they're supposed to be. Stop shoehorning them into these specials because it's so crap. Yeah, make them the main antagonist of their own story. Make them feared. Make them something. Because at the end of the day, you just can't do the series without the Daleks, and you can't change the design of the TARDIS. You just can't do it, because they're the fundamentals of the show. And people have an issue with the Doctor changing gender, but I don't know. I think that's kind of it's. I don't think it's the end of the world changing the Doctor's gender, because sure, it doesn't really do that much creatively, but at the end of the day, it means a lot to a lot of people. So I think doing it is fine. It's just the matter of how you do it, because like the Witchfinders was a perfect opportunity. Like, well, it's the typical setting, isn't it? It's the typical stereotypical witch, she's a witch. But maybe you could do something like that in the future where it's not like that, like in a different world where women are considered the worst thing ever or something like that. There's something interesting you can do with that idea on a different planet, but they had to just go with the witch idea, which has been in every goddamn science fiction TV show on the planet, so originality in the Chibnall era don't exist. I hope I got my point there. Maybe I missed it, I don't know. Alien companion. Have we had an alien companion? Nardole. Does Nardole count? But yeah, we haven't had enough alien companions, because it's always got to be from modern day, right? Always got to be from modern day, because yeah, how well does that work for the viewing figures, BBC? Works really great. I think audiences are fairly used to weird stuff now, because I mean, Guardians of the Galaxy was pretty much entirely aliens and like one human character. So I meant just in the lineup of the team. I don't know whether there were more humans in the film. I've not seen it, but audiences are fairly familiar with this stuff by now. Just get a green person. Just do it. And yeah, give us like a robot companion or something, like maybe not chameleon, but something like that. Something interesting. Yeah, I agree with you completely. Emperor of the Daleks Doctor Who needs time off. I mean, it's overdue its time off, because it's burnt itself out so hardcore. Like I did the other week with YouTube. I burnt myself out because I was thinking too much about YouTube. But yeah, it's burnt itself out. It's creatively dry at this point. I just fingers crossed Rusty Davis knows what he's doing. Well, I mean, yeah. He's got a good track record, hasn't he? This up and coming showrunner, new Rusty Davis. Yeah, maybe he might do all right. I'm now thinking the show needs a rest, not because I hate it, but because it's just not good writing and bad ideas now. But they won't, because the Dalek contract reason, where they have to back again to fill. I don't know whether that's true. I mean, that's been passed around, but I don't know where the concrete evidence for that is. I don't know where that originates from. It's got to originate from somewhere. It's weird, because Stephen Moffat denied it. I could swear there's been a year where they've not been in it. Because Yeah, Resolution was in the beginning of 2019, so they weren't in 2018, so the contract wasn't fulfilled. And I don't think the Terran Nation estate really care anymore, to be honest, because at the end of the day, they get the merchandise rights, so they get the money from the merchandise. So, I mean, yeah, they do get the money from the BBC as well, but I'm sure they'd be willing to negotiate the contract, because, you know, Doctor Who isn't a big money maker anymore, is it? I like the idea of the Doctor guiding an alien companion. It would shift the dynamic in an interesting way. Correctamundo. Word I have never used before and I never will again. Physics. Hope someone's writing that down. Anyway. The peg dolls should come back. Should they? I think they're a one-off idea, really. Personally, because they weren't the monster. It was the kid was the alien that made them come to life. So maybe having a similar idea of having an alien that looks like a peg doll could work. Why not? Or have like killer peg dolls. Yeah, just made by a madman or something like that, or a mad woman. When you say the word madman or in the history of man, it's a generic term. I'm sure you guys all know that. Victoria and Clara would have been better than modern day one. And yeah, everybody pretty much agrees with that. I remember when that came out, everyone just said, we should have just had Victoria and Clara at this point. Because the show needed it. And then we got modern Clara. Oh, alright. Oh, shoulda, woulda, coulda, right? It's all about the future, guys. We've got to look forward, not back. Never turn back. If anyone gets that reference, you're awesome. Do you guys want to see a 5-inch Ice Warrior custom? You can see the back of it if you want. Ooh. Cool. Coming soon to a YouTube channel near you. How about a little pet, like Silky? That would work. A little Bilug-like creature in a jar the Doctor carries out. That sounds very sinister, but I kind of like that idea. That's a very 1960s sci-fi thing to do. I like that idea. My favourite sonic screwdriver design. The one that gets the story done and the one that's used well and not overused. No, but in all seriousness, it's either 10 or 11s. I think the thing about 10s is it's too small, but I love the design. 11s is, I would say it's too big, but no, I like the size of 11s. Sonic screwdriver. Grow up. But what's your favourite? It's obvious at this point they've been on every year, no joke. They've been every year, trust me. I'll take your word for it. It's the image. Mention of the name or a still image or a prop. It was hard back in 2004 to get the rights, so it would only make sense in order to keep the rights. Trust me on this. Yeah. But like I said, maybe they've loosened over the years. Night Terrors was an episode I really related to with when it came out. The kid was the same age as me and even looked like me, therefore that one's a little sentimental to me. Yeah, that's cool. I really liked that story. A lot of people didn't, but no, I really liked it. It was really nice. I want Mark Gatiss to come back because it doesn't matter what you say about his stories, because at the end of the day, he always tries something unique. He always brings a unique flavour to the show. And I mean, you can't say that any other episode has had TV sucking the faces off people. You can't say that, because he's an interesting writer. He's obviously very heavily inspired by so many different things, and he's just got a very well-rounded writing style. Whether you like it or not, it doesn't matter, because it's subjective. That's the part when it's subjective, not objective, whereas Chris Chibnall is objectively a bland writer, because he doesn't push the boat out, he doesn't experiment very much, and he just plays to formula. So that's where the objectivity comes in, and the subjectivity is when the art is good enough to judge subjectively. I always refer to media as art because that's what it is. What is silky? I don't know what silky is. My favourite is Nines. Oh, you mean the Aztec one? Yeah, I do. I actually prefer the Aztec one to... yeah, I'll go with 9s then, instead of 10s. Teen Titans... Oh, we're talking about Teen Titans again. What if there was an alternate future where everyone is cyberized, and as a result the Cybermen go crazy and start cyberizing other cyber... That's an interesting idea. I think that's an interesting premise. You could... Okay, I was bitching about the Cybermen, but I think having an alternate... We've done the parallel universe thing, haven't we? On a certain planet where everybody is a Cyberman, the entire history has been cyberized, but maybe they develop emotions somehow, or develop little pieces of emotion, like there's a little splinter of it, and like one of them starts recording the history of the race that they've already conquered, and starts to feel empathy and stuff like that, and tries to tear down the cyber empire from the inside as a Cyberman. Wow, I thought of that in what, like 10 seconds, and Chris Chibnall can't even fucking be asked to give us anything new and exciting with the villains he brings back. Yeah, cheers, Chibs. Just an idea, couldn't come up with anting bug related, and it was the first thing that came to my mind. Oh, that's okay. I'll take your word for it. I want to see Pete's World again. Oh, I want Pete to come back. Pete was one of my favourites. Pete and Jackie should come back. Have I seen that thing in Hangouts? No, I have not. I will have a look. And if it's share worthy, I'll share it. Let's have a look. Hangouts. I'm going to take a 5-minute break, guys, because I'm going to go for a wee and answer to WhoTube and answer to my mum as well. So I'll see you guys in about 5 minutes. Don't go anywhere. Come back with some killer questions, and we'll get through them. So see you guys in a minute. Okay, I just want to show you guys something. Hang on. Something very special that YouTube very kindly sent me, and I think this is going to be used as like a meme clip. And permission, you guys can use this clip if you want. So it's beautiful. It's amazing. Let's zoom in if it lets me. Thank you for that, YouTube. That's great. See, this is what I wanted to start doing with the channel. Start making fun memories with you guys. Yeah, I when I was having a pee, I felt inspired. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'll be 100% transparent, just like my urine. I know that's gross, but I feel creatively inspired now. I feel like we as fans could create a fantastic series out of, just to show that we're not haters. We love this franchise. I feel there's this huge misconception with people who criticize the show. It's because we just want the show to be better. So I think that it'd be really nice to get together like a fan audio series or something like that, because I enjoy writing, but I can't take on more than one script at a time. So it would be great to put together an audio series or something like that, or I don't know, like a short animation or something like that, because we know what we're doing, don't we? Kind of. I mean, I don't think fans should be running the show. I don't think that's a good idea. I think the thing that's most beneficial is getting like a complete fresh start from fresh minds, a couple of nostalgia writers, a couple of nostalgia episodes every once in a while, a couple of returning writers, but I think it should be majority new blood, because that's the only way it's going to move forward. And yeah, Doctor Who's just up its own arse and is just so vain and just thinks it's bigger than Jesus, and it really isn't. It's almost as if they don't know how badly the show's doing, and has been doing since the Capaldi era. Feels like they're in denial. And they just went, oh no, let's just do nostalgia. That's what you people want, innit? You just want nostalgia. Yeah. Hang on. I need to go back to the comments now, because... Oh, why are there ghost videos in my timeline? Okay, just read a couple ones that I missed. Just remembered how good the Sonic Heroes soundtrack is. It's amazing. It's amazing. That's why I use it in my my waiting screen. It really works, doesn't it? The one I chose really feels like lobby music. It's great. Lounge music, whatever you want to call it. Just about to ask what the music is. Yes, it is that. Get them LEDs on, boy. I know, yeah, if there's no ambient light in this stream is absolutely nothing. Technically most sci-fi universe are connected, because Star Trek had crossovers with Doctor Who. Also, Xenomorph can be seen in Doctor Who comic. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that. Alien and Predator can be seen in the Star Wars comic. So yeah, there's obviously... it's alternate universes, and every single sci-fi has alternate universes anyway, so it all works together in tandem. Like the Paradigm Daleks, you know where they went? They went to the Lego Batman movie. They fell through a wormhole and ended up as Lego, so that's what happened. At least we're not like Balls Trek. I mean, come on, we're not totally assholes. I mean, that's true. Yeah, at least we kind of focus on what the actual issues of the show are, instead of making up our own conspiracies about it. But that's all I have to say on the matter. No, I mean the band Ghost. I don't like Ghost. I've tried. I just can't vibe with them. But you know, many people like them. And yeah, the LED died because it overheated. Oops. Yeah, could never get into Ghost. But it's always been Slipknot. It's always been Slipknot. They just... I don't know what it is about that band. They have so much lore. They have so much... There's hundreds and hundreds of masks that they've worn. And that's... Really think about that for a minute. Hundreds of masks. And a band like Ghost have had, what, like 10, 15 different masks, if that. So that's why I prefer Slipknot, because there's just more variety. Good to have you here, Emperor of the Daleks. And I hope that the Emperor does return in the main series, because it's much needed. There's a Dalek in Teen Titans. We are going to have to look this up. Yep. I'm not sharing my screen yet. let's share screen. Oh wow, that's subtle. Oh wow. That's actually really cool. That's really cool. I like that. It works. Looks really well. Very subtle. And the fact that it has a Dalek brain, kind of, as well, just makes it awesome. Canon explanation. It is. It is definitely canon with Dot 2. Slipsnot. Yeah. Yeah. Every single nickname for that band is has been said at this point. But yeah. I think we could probably call this one a night, guys, because we've talked about the Sea Devil thing extensively, very extensively, and yeah, I don't want to think about that episode anymore. I didn't want to dislike it. It's a common misconception with people who criticize it, because I really wanted to like it. I really did, but I realised I'm not getting anything from this, so I switched off, and I just went on Sonic. Is it Sonic Dash? The game? I can't remember. But either way, the one where you run. Sonic Forces is the game. The mobile version, not the console version. But yeah. It's been a great chat, guys. I wish you all the best. I wish you a good sleep. Make sure you get some sleep, put your phone down, go to sleep, because sleep does very good for you. We underestimate the power of sleep, but honestly, seriously, you feel so much better if you get good sleep, so make sure you do. And yeah, love all you guys to the moon and back. It's been great having you here. I didn't mean that to sound so sinister. I meant that as in, I love how you support the channel, and you guys are great. That's what I meant. So, okay, I think we've rambled on enough here, and I think it's about time to go, isn't it? So make sure you like, subscribe, and do all that thing. I lost me in a poosh. Right, I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.